Well, hello guys. I know that you love practicing, so we are going to keep practicing with the verbs ser and tener. I'm going to do the same that I did in the previous video. I'm going to give you several sentences and you just try to tell me how you would say that in Spanish. And right after that, I'll give you the answer. Let's begin. Sentence number one. I'll try to give you different sentences than the sentences that I gave you in the last video. For example, I'll give you this book is very cheap. If you don't know what's the word for cheap, cheap is barato o barata o baratos o baratas. And in case you don't know the word for book is libro. So this book is very cheap. Book is masculine, it's close, single. So este libro es muy barato. Este libro es muy barato. Imagine for a second that I change the sentence a little bit. And it's not this book is very cheap anymore. It is these books are very cheap. It's not one book anymore. It's more than one. Well, it's still masculine, but now it's plural. So, estos libros son muy baratos. Estos libros son muy baratos because now it's more than one. Okie dokie, let's keep going. Let me give you a different sentence now. For example, how old is your niece? How old is your niece? In case you don't know, the word for niece is sobrina. And remember that for the age, we use the verb to have. So we would ask, how many years is your niece? So we would say, ¿cuántos años tiene tu sobrina? ¿Cuántos años tiene tu sobrina? Again, like the last time, like the last two sentences, I'm going to change slightly the sentence. So now I'm going to say, how old are your nieces? So it's not one niece anymore, it's more than one. So we have to use a different form of the verb tener. So we would say something like, ¿cuántos años tienen? Because they now. Tus sobrinas. ¿Cuántos años tienen tus sobrinas? Vale, let's keep going. Number 5, another sentence. For example, let me think. When are Luis's lessons? When are Luis's lessons? Remember that we won't say Luis's lessons, we say the lessons of Luis in Spanish. And how do we say when? For when, we say cuando. So, cuando you're talking about they, the lessons, plural. Son las lecciones de Luis. ¿Cuándo son las lecciones de Luis? And we could answer the question. Luis's, or even his lessons. Let's go for his. His lessons are on Fridays. His lessons are on Fridays. Still talking about a they. The lessons is plural. How do we say his? We say sus, because more than one lesson. Lecciones son. And you know, in English you say on Mondays, on Tuesdays, on Fridays. Okay? In Spanish we always say los, and then the day of the week. Viernes. If you are talking about on Monday, on Tuesday, single, you say el lunes, el martes, el miércoles. If you say on Mondays, on Tuesdays, you go for los. So his lessons are on Fridays. Sus lecciones son los viernes. One more. 7. For example, my son has a new job. Okay, how do we say job? The word for job is trabajo. And how do we say son? We say hijo. So my son has a new job. That's the verb tener, because it's possession. It's whatever he has. So we would say something like mi hijo, and now we go for the form of the verb tener that goes with a he, because mi hijo is a he or a she. Mi hijo tiene un, and do you remember that the adjective new is one of the fewest adjectives that can go before the noun or after. You can choose. Normally adjectives in Spanish go after, but in this case you can choose. I'm going to do it before this time, because I think the last video I did it after. Mi hijo tiene un nuevo trabajo. My son has a new job. Mi hijo tiene un nuevo trabajo. Vale. One more. For example, 8. What time is the meeting? What time is the meeting? Meeting, in case you are thinking how to say meeting, we say reunión. Una reunión. It's feminine because of the ending. And remember that when you're asking about the time an event is happening, in Spanish we don't say qué hora, we say a qué hora, at what time. So in this case we'll say something like a qué hora es la reunión. ¿A qué hora es la reunión? What time is the meeting? One more. Number 9. For example, my friends have good jobs. My friends have good jobs. They have good jobs. And imagine it's a man talking about 2 or 3 men friends. So how do we say job? Remember? Job, the word for job was trabajo. And what's the word for good? Well, good, we say bueno or buena or buenos or buenas, depending on the noun that it is accompanying. And what about friend? How do we say friend? We say amigo, if it is a male friend, amiga, if it is a female friend, amigos or amigas. So let's try to do this sentence. Mis, it's more than one, so mis amigos. I'm talking about a they, so I have to conjugate the verb tener for a they. Tienen trabajos, jobs, buenos. Mis amigos tienen trabajos buenos. My friends have good jobs. Let's do one more. For example, number 10. Okay, this is true. Today it is my birthday. Today it's my birthday. How do we say birthday in Spanish? We say cumpleaños. What about today? How do we say today? Say hoy. And do you remember that in Spanish we don't have an it as a subject? So we say today is my birthday. So we would say something like hoy es mi cumpleaños. Or sometimes we shorten cumpleaños and we say cumple. Hoy es mi cumple. Hoy es mi cumpleaños. Today it's my birthday. One more. Just one more. I don't want this video to be too long. I just want you to have small doses of practice. Vale. Those trousers. Never know if it is with double S or not in English, but you know what I mean. Those trousers are very dark. Those trousers are very dark. How do we say dark in Spanish? We say oscuro, oscura, oscuros or oscuras. And what about trousers? For trousers, we say pantalones. Always plural, because it's one of those things with two symmetrical parts, like glasses or scissors. It's one of those words that they will always be plural. And okay, we are describing them, so we will use the verb ser. So we will say something like esos, or if they are very far from you, you can say aquellos, middle or very far, pantalones, son, because are they, muy oscuros. Esos pantalones o aquellos pantalones son muy oscuros. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this little practice, and I hope these kind of videos help you to improve your Spanish. I know at the beginning it's difficult because you don't know many words and you lack, you don't have a wide variety of words that you can use, but little by little we will improve together. Don't worry about that. So I'll see you in our next video, and bye bye guys.